Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Kingdom Hearts, where fuck Ursula. We're done.
Sorry, Ariel, but we're not gonna save the ocean.
Yeah, who needs oceans?
We do.
God, it's even happening here where there's not even a threat. I was trying to sink, but I accidentally hit circle first, so then I hit square, and then it did whatever this kick is.
You know what you could do? I'm sorry I just thought of this, and I know it's not, I guess, relevant since you're leaving, but you need Dolphin Kick, but before you, to, like, get to where she is, and you need Dolphin Kick to avoid her, bite attack, but that's, like, really it. I wonder if you could just unequip Dolphin Kick before you go into the arena, take the bite every time with Arrow, and then, like, you wouldn't have to worry about trying to go up and, like, differentiate between going up and dashing.
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do a Gummy Ship segment.
Hooray! You okay?
What?
You good?
Yeah?
Okay.
Why?
Just randomly hit the hoop.
It's hard to tell where you are.
It's a world of Legos out there.
Ugh. I feel so defeated.
It's okay. Nothing wrong with going away, getting stronger, and going back.
I don't want to go back.
You don't want sweet vengeance?
No.
Okay.
She wins. She can have the ocean.
Okay.
I live on land anyways.
You know, she could just, make the ocean swallow the land. Kyogre style.
Those things look like French fries.
They're supposed to be bombs.
They look like packets of French fries.
A little adorable. Oh god, look at that thing. It's gonna dash at you. Yep.
I hate Gummy Ship too. The Gummy Ship in 3 is passable.
It's pretty good.
I
You
mean,
can just fly around.
my main issue with Gummy Ship segments is they're just... that's not why I'm playing this game. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's designed to be like a bit of a gameplay break so it doesn't get too repetitive, but it seems like with everyone, the only reason they play KH3... Okay, the only reason they play KH3 as like a game is like the combat. Which does then make it strange question of like, oh, as a game developer, we need something to like break up the pace of gameplay and break up like the fighting, but then as someone who wants to play Kingdom Hearts, it's typically, nah, fighting's all I really want to do.
Well, yeah, exactly. I guess the thing is, with this one, it was still an experiment, right?
Right.
Like they didn't know what people's response was going to be to anything in it. But at a certain point, you have to wonder, why aren't they just doing what... Like, we have access to the internet.
Yeah.
We know what people like about Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
So, we know that you could drop this, and no one would really care. I'm sure there'd be a couple people, but, like, no one would care.
I mean, every time with the Gummy Ship, it's like... Well, okay. In this one, you can't really take it out because, they already made the thing. 2 is probably in a similar state of, like... Oh, what do we do? But, like, for other games, the Gummy Ship are only in, like, the main 1, 2, and 3.
I know, and it didn't need to be in 3 is my point. I don't really...
I think they just like the idea of, like, separating the worlds in more ways than just, like, menu icons. So then it feels like there's actually space between them, was probably the idea behind... Or the impetus for actually making the Gummy Ship sections in the first place.
And
Beyond
I get
just,
it,
yeah.
but still.
Okay.
It's not necessary. No one would have cared if you'd left it out.
I mean, it's just another mini game. You know, full game.
I guess
game full of other mini games.
I guess my point is I would have rather had another world
instead of the Gummy Ship.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not. I don't think it's a one or the other kind of thing.
Well, but I mean, if they hadn't put the time into developing the Gummy Ship,
yeah,
they could have developed another world.
In 3 specifically.
I'm talking about 3 specifically.
Right. I don't know. The worlds are pretty, like, in-depth and everything. Not to mention, like, you have to get more permissions from Disney, and you gotta, like, make sure that they have the okay and everything. And the worlds are very detailed.
Yeah, but 3 has, like, less worlds than 2.
Because they're all just bigger.
But my point is that the permissions thing wouldn't have been an issue.
Yeah, what if they needed permission to add a whole new game in there?
My point is that there's more worlds in 2, so clearly the permissions is not the issue. If there are more worlds than that, then that's not the reasoning.
Okay,
I think it's more about development time.
Yeah, my point more specifically is with KH3, a lot of the games they picked were more modern, and a lot of the teams that made those films were still like alive, so like they had much more say. Like, oh, we want this way. Like the Frozen world alone was like allegedly a nightmare because they had to get everything like absolutely perfect. So we got another world with like those kinds of like, oh no, they're just hanging out. You don't have to fight them. They had another world with that kind of like specificity and like demand for.
Yeah, but they could have just revisited one of the older worlds.
I mean, maybe.
They could have revisited Lion King. That would have been fun.
The world liked the Gummy Ship. I wanted to keep that. And personally, I think it was a better choice, since I don't think it was a one-to-one Gummy Ship or extra world. But yeah.
Will be a big hit at this year's Halloween. Thank you.
I'm not saying it was a one-to-one choice. I'm saying that instead of having the Gummy Ship, I would have rather had a world. I'm not saying that that's what would have happened. I'm just saying I don't enjoy the Gummy Ship. And if they were going to put that much development time into it...
I don't know how long it took. But
or maybe they could have added a Final Fantasy world.
they were never going to do that.
They could have, though, is my point.
And even then, it's... the amount of extra modeling, like the Gummy Ship, like the Gummy world, or the space thing, like, even if, like, it doesn't take any extra, like, modeling, like, it's just one-to-one in terms of the stuff you have to make for it, that doesn't include writing a plot for the world, specifically, that doesn't include, like, voice actors for all the characters you'd have to do, it doesn't account for creating new types of Heartless unique to the world.
But it does account for having to create an entirely separate gameplay system. Which in and of itself is a lot of work. They had to create an entirely different way for the game to run.
That's true.
Basically. Where the fuck am I going?
You have to go to the doctor's house. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know where that is.
I'm trying to find that. I know what it looks like, but I don't know where it is. I don't see it. I honest to God don't see it. That's Jack's house.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a water tower, basically.
180. The door right there.
The lab entryway. This does not look like the lab.
There's a chest on the stairs.
There is? I can't. I'm having a hard time seeing things
Alright,
with the dust effect. Is there a chest where?
I think that... no, never mind. Maybe it's a different set of stairs.
The dust effect is making it hard for me to read what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Maybe the guidance system was damaged in the explosion.
Nonsense. My devices are always perfect.
Also, does it feel like Kingdom Hearts 3 took an inordinate amount of time to come out?
It did, yeah. Well, they switched to engines like halfway through.
That explains
They
it.
started development in
Heart's not all bad.
2013, I think, with... I don't remember what they started with. I think it was the engine they used for Final Fantasy 15, but then around a year or two in, they changed to Unreal Engine 4. And that was why they had to... That was a big reason as to why it took so long to come out.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a bitch. I understand that it takes time for games. We're not paying attention to any of this.
I know, but...
We won't have to fight the Heart. They're making a Heartless. I know what's happening.
Yeah.
They're making a Heartless.
With a heart.
Ah, that
'Cause-
was amazing. And you are...
Not Christmas.
Sora.
Yet.
Well done,
Not yet Christmas.
Sora.
Not till the sequel.
I'd like you to be a part of this year's Halloween.
What's this Heartless doing here?
Oh, the Heartless came to town just recently. What's frustrating is I can't get them to dance with me.
They're not real dancers.
The doctor and I are trying to improve the guidance system.
Wait.
He's quite a genius.
That's the reasoning behind everything that's happening here.
What?
Behind all the things that happen in this world, I can't get the Heartless to dance with me.
And despair.
So we're gonna make a heart
Mix them all together, and we have a heart.
that Oogie
Oh,
Boogie
yeah.
steals.
Yeah.
I forgot that was the reasoning. Oh, I just find that so funny. Everything else is like, Ursula's trying to take over the sea.
Oh no.
Oh, what's it? Clayton's gonna kill the gorillas.
Yeah.
Alice is in trouble. The queen's gonna cut her head off.
Yeah.
I want to dance with them, but they won't dance with me.
Let's try adding memory.
I just...
Sally? Sally! Good for nothing girl. Don't know why.
His
I
brain
haven't
looks like
raided
tentacles.
her.
This is very
Sally's
Burton-esque.
got the memory we need. See if you can track her down.
No problem. Sora, would you like to come along?
Sure.
Got nothing better to do.
Do you have to switch up party members in KH3?
No.
I didn't think so.
You got Donald and Goofy with you the whole time, then anytime there's extra party members, they have their own slots and they just run around with you.
That was a nice change.
Yeah, it was. A very good change.
Again, though, I understand why it wasn't that way in 1 and 2. Hardware limitations.
Yeah.
But
Couldn't fit in extra people.
Major crisis. The Heartless are completely out of control.
It's those guidance systems, isn't it?
Maybe our experiment triggered something. Everything will be fine, Mayor. You have nothing to worry about.
Donald's like, uh-huh.
who did the music for Nightmare Before Christmas? I can't remember his name.
Danny Elfman, I think.
Danny Elfman, that's right. He also played Jack.
Oh, did he?
Well, initially he played all of Jack, right?
Right.
But then they didn't. He's not a good actor. He's a great singer,
Right. So he just did the
not a good actor.
he just did the singing then?
He did all of it, and then they were like, he sounds terrible during the talking parts. We're gonna recast this, and he was pissed. He was like, I was Jack.
No, I'm only half of Jack.
Meanwhile, the guy who played the talking parts was like, hey, cool.
We have
I'm not all of Jack, but who cares?
There's another voice acting gig.
Danny Elfman was in a band
Yeah?
before. Like, he quit his band
To do this.
to be a composer
Oh, yeah.
in general.
It's a- yeah. He's made some pretty good scores. I think it worked out for him in that one. It's just weird as Danny Elfman have a long storied history of having falling outs with the directors.
I think so.
Because I'm pretty sure that happened with Spider-Man, like the same Raimi Spider-Man as well. Like 1 and 2 was him, then 3 didn't work out.
Something tells me Danny Elfman is a little bit difficult to work with.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think he's full of himself.
Probably
I
not.
just think that he's like hard to work with.
Yeah. I don't know what else he's worked on. I'm pretty sure he did the Burton Batman as well.
Where am I supposed to go exactly?
You ever go find Sally? In the graveyard.
But where?
Okay, so left.
Yeah, but how do I? My question is how to get to the graveyard.
No,
so over
behind you.
here, behind me.
No, past the house. There, in there.
Here?
No.
No.
To the left of the
Over
house.
here.
Through there.
Okay.
Up there.
Yeah, there we go. I didn't know how to get here. Mini maps are helpful.
Basically everything with Tim Burton.
Let's check this place.
We did the 50 Shades movies.
He did?
Yeah.
What a resume.
I was gonna do Doctor Strange too. Did Ang Lee's Hulk. He's still credited as Spider-Man 3. Justice League, which that doesn't sound right. Mission Impossible. Epic. Remember Epic?
No.
Oh, me neither. I think I remember the trailers.
Remember Gnomeo and Juliet?
That it exists? Yeah.
Remember that it had a fucking sequel
Now that you mention it, yes.
called Sherlock Gnomes?
Yeah.
When and the big selling point for Sherlock Gnomes was there was one original song from Elton John.
Is something wrong, Jack?
In every single trailer I saw for that movie, they were like,
That's a weird pitch for any, like, movie that isn't, like, also a musical. Like, hey, we have this song by this famous person. Like, oh, cool. I'll look it up on YouTube.
exactly.
Like, if it's in a musical, it's like, oh, it's, like, tied to the narrative, and there's gonna be extra context if we actually, like, you know, watch the film. But if it's just one song in, like, a kid's film, it's like, oh, this is gonna be the song that they all sing and dance to at the end. I'll just look it up online, because it won't change my listening experience at all.
We got Forget Me Not. What is that? Is that just a key item?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to love
It's to, like, you know, put in the heart.
Wasn't sure if it was a Keyblade or something.
No. You gotta beat a world to get a Keyblade.
I
Well, okay.
was pretty sure about that.
Significant story beats, or there's one in a chest. Or beat certain bosses. Okay, they come... There's other ways to get them.
Anyways, Gnomeo and Juliet was a fucking trip of a movie.
Yeah? I don't think I've seen it. But, you know, I'm pretty sure I know how it happened, how it works. Except they don't die at the end, probably.
Sure did. A heart. What should we do?
Gosh,
It's not a good movie.
Didn't think so?
tell Oogie Boogie.
Who made that movie?
Well, you know, I already got the phone out. Let's find out.
Was it Blue Sky, I think?
That sounds about right.
It was a pretty high budget 3D animated film.
Ooh, film series.
Yeah,
Because, you know, there's two of them.
because of Sherlock Gnomes.
Yes.
The thing about those movies is it feels like they came up with a pun and then made the movie.
I mean, you gotta start somewhere.
But most movies don't start with, what's a gnome pun we could make?
I don't even think it started with gnome pun. I think it just, like...
Well, for the second one, it was...
Gnomeo.
For the second one, it
Sherlock
was definitely,
Gnomes.
what gnome pun can we make happen?
Oh, by the way, Stars Animation.
What?
Canadian animation studio based in Ottawa, Ontario.
Do they still exist?
Jack is really making a heart.
Best known for animating the Nickelodeon series The Loud House.
When I get my hands on that.
Formerly...
Well, I've got no hands, but I'm
History.
still gonna nab that heart and control the heartless.
As far as I can tell... Or, no, wait, hold on. Oh, no. In August 1st, 2016, ARC Productions announced that they were closing down the studio because they were filing for bankruptcy and locked out over 500 employees. Something was a payroll glitch. And no one, oh, it's one of these where they stop paying their employees.
Oh, wow. Let's get into it. What happened?
After telling them there was a payroll glitch and no one had been paid, on August 10th, 2016, following Ark's closure, Jam-Filled Entertainment, which, bought them? No. There's another thing with them that I skipped over. They entered an agreement to acquire Arc Productions' assets, in which they called substantially all of the business. Jam-Filled Entertainment also acquired 248 of Ark's former employees. Later, on August 22nd, 2016, Arc Productions was reopened as Jam-Filled Entertainment's Toronto facility.
I've never heard of Jam-Filled Entertainment either.
I believe they're the parent company. Nope, not Anchor Bay Entertainment. Oh, no, I clicked the Stars one, and it took me to the Jam-Filled Entertainment. one. Yeah. Formerly Jam-Filled Toronto.
I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah,
I
I
haven't
was
been
talking
paying attention. Oh,
No,
I should
sorry.
heal.
In 2011, Stars Animation was sold to Canadian consortium renamed Arc Productions. And then Arc. Okay, yeah. The Gnomeo and Juliet was made in 2011, actually. Oh,
Who knew that Gnomeo and Juliet had such a contentious history behind it?
no one, because literally no one could be bothered to look into this until now. You heard it here
Gnomeo
first,
and
folks.
Juliet.
I don't know that you heard it here first, but I feel pretty confident in saying that you heard it here first.
Gnomeo and Juliet. It's technically owned by Disney now, I'm pretty sure.
Is it?
It's on Disney Plus. I think. Here, go on to my Disney Plus on my phone and check it out.
Oh wait, hold on. I think I don't have to. The film premiered in the El Capitan Theater in Hollywood, and it was theatrically released UK by Walt Disney Pictures. Okay, no. No, it was distributed by Walt Disney. So it was animated by Stars or whatever. But then Disney was the producer. So it wasn't like a Disney, in-studio made film. They just distributed it. Which is why it's on Disney Plus. Because they own the distribution rights. And they're like, hey, why not?
That's not what. Fuck you. Wasn't trying to fucking.
$213. That one?
Yeah, I'm trying. It's not
Jackson
the
away.
command. Fucking move, bitch. There we go.
Splendid! How does the mayor know about all this stuff? And if he does, why isn't he doing it?
That's a good question. It's too difficult for him to understand.
He knows there's some kind of trick to it.
There's a chest there.
I mean, he did tell you to go look at the pumpkin. Whoa! Obtained Jack in the Box.
What is that?
I don't know, probably something for the heart.
You're right. It is. I just remembered. It's surprise.
Ah.
Or something like that.
Probably. They already have terror. Although,
Can't go this way. Did I go the wrong way?
you probably just have to go back to the,
There are 2 exits from there? Shut tight. Okay.
not at the moment.
We've been so engrossed in our conversation about
We have
Gnomeo and Juliet.
I mean-
So was Sherlock Gnomes made after that acquisition?
There's gotta be a link to it somewhere.
I don't know why we care about this.
I mean, oh, there it is, sequel. In March 2012, it was reported that a sequel titled Sherlock Gnomes was in development at Rocket Pictures. Okay, now we got Rocket Pictures here in the mix. Andy Riley and Kevin Cecil, 2 of the 9 writers.
There were 9 writers?
There were 9 writers. Even the, bad films cap out at 5. That's gotta say something. On the first film, we're writing the script for the sequel. Steve Hamilton Shaw and David Furnish produced the film, and Elton John was an executive producer. And again composed songs for the film.
He was an executive producer.
He was.
Oh my god.
His music wasn't doing him for it anymore, I guess. The film featured Sherlock Gnomes, quote-unquote, the greatest ornamental detective.
So that's why it was so heavily advertised that there was a new Elton John song in there, because he was an executive fucking producer.
Yeah, he could be... Of course he'd want to put a song in there.
How do we sell this film? Let's say I'm writing a song.
That'll get them, the feeble-minded in the seats.
The other thing is, like, it's a kids movie, right?
Allegedly.
Saying that Elton John wrote a song, what kids is that attracting?
No, it's not for the kids. The kids get, like, the gnomes and,
No,
like, everything.
I know that.
It's the Elton
but-
John's for the adults who have to go watch it, too.
I know that, but I'm saying every ad I saw for that, the big selling point in every single ad was, new song from Elton John.
Well, yeah, what else are they gonna pitch from
In
this movie?
every commercial.
I mean, it's the same thing as, like, pretty much every animated film these days is, like, celebrity voice actors. Kids don't know who they are. It's to get the adults who actually have to take them and pay for their tickets. Like, it doesn't matter if Kevin Hart's voicing a rabbit, the kids don't know who that is. They're too young to see his comedy specials.
Well, you'd think.
Well, I would think, but hell if I know.
I feel like there are two different levels of celebrity voice acting in animated films. There's shit like that, and then there's shit where it's like an actual good casting decision, like Inside Out.
Mm-hmm.
But
But they have an inside. I don't know who those celebrity voice actors are for Inside Out.
Amy Poehler and Phyllis Diller, I think is her last name. That might be wrong, but the lady who plays Phyllis in The Office, and Amy Poehler from Parks and Rec.
Right.
Famous actors doing voice acting, but really good choices for those characters.
We're gonna know there's a difference because those are actors doing voice actor bits. Celebrities doing the voice acting is like singers and like comedians.
I
and
would
stuff
argue
like
that comedians are closer to they're closer to actors than not.
Yeah.
Like they're technically being themselves on stage, but they're still playing a character.
Right.
That the character is themselves.
Right. I think the idea is when you go like celebrity voice actors.
But I hear
as
what you
the
mean
pitch.
with the
After them, quick!
You'll get there.
musician,
Yeah.
like Danny Elfman.
Exactly.
Difference
good
is
with
they
music,
didn't
a
keep
great
Danny.
singer.
They didn't keep Danny Elfman as the acting voice.
Well,
so.
Danny Elfman isn't like a celebrity.
He was though. Yeah. Look up Danny Elfman. I don't remember what band. I don't remember what band he was in, but it was a famous band. You could probably just look up Danny Elfman band and find it a lot easier. Thanks, Donald.
Yep, composing definitely comes up first.
But the band he was in was like a really popular band at
He's
the
quoted
time.
as it does say actor in the occupations. Career. Do you know about the time he was in Oingo Boingo?
That's it. Oingo Boingo.
That's the band?
Yeah, it was actually a pretty popular band at the time.
The Mystic Knights of the Oingo Boingo? Alright. Cool.
I can't for the life of me tell you a song that they did, but
Yeah.
I do know that they were a relatively popular band.
It looks like Jim Carrey in the mask in this photo. But with horns. Danny Elfman as Satan in Forbidden Zone. Fantastic.
And then there are the celebrity voice actor things where like it didn't make sense to do it. It was just for like to get parents into the seats.
Yeah.
But then it worked out.
Right.
Like I'm thinking specifically of Ben Schwartz as Sonic the Hedgehog. I think he does a really good. Have you seen that movie?
I've not seen the movie. Honestly, I don't even know who Ben Schwartz is.
You don't know who Ben Schwartz is?
I don't
Have
really-
you seen Parks and Rec?
Nope.
Oh, well then, yeah, you probably wouldn't know who Ben Schwartz is.
Yeah.
He's got to be one of my favorite actors, honestly.
Awesome.
He's not in a lot of stuff, but he's very good. He's very funny. He's a very nice person. And I know that because of like he's been on Game Grumps twice.
Really?
No, 3 times.
Wow.
He's been on Game Grumps 3 times.
Playing Sonic?
Just playing whatever.
Oh, okay.
I got more AP. I don't know if that will help.
Oh, there it is! I knew there was a chest under the stairs. To get you a Gummy Ship piece.
Great. I'll use that.
Hey, it fills up your journal.
We're not completing this. So what do I care about my journal?
I mean, why wouldn't you care about your journal?
I only care about puppies, Seth. I only care about the puppies.
Well, hey, as far as I knew, there were puppies in that box. So, you're welcome?
But yeah, Ben Schwartz's Sonic was a choice that initially was a little weird because, you know, Sonic has a voice actor.
Oh, yeah.
The voice actor who has not only voiced him in video games, but has voiced him in animated material, Sonic Boom, the series.
You know, the classic.
From what I hear, people relatively liked Sonic Boom, the animated series.
Right.
I think it would piss me off because of the changes they made to characters like Knuckles.
It's understandable. It's not for everyone. I hear he's like an idiot in that.
He is. That's the part that would piss me off, because I'm like, Knuckles was the protector of the Master Emerald. Like, he was entrusted as
sacred
like
duty.
this, yeah, in universe with this massively important task, and they just changed his character for Sonic Boom because they wanted to have more of a cartoony feel. Thanks, Donald.
Lucid gem.
Did I just blow myself up with a pumpkin? I did
Yeah.
blow myself up with a pumpkin. Anyways.
I'm gonna go do
Oh,
it.
celebrity voice actors.
Ah, yes.
And the other one I wanted to bring up was the Scooby-Doo movie.
The,
Scoob?
Oh, the new one?
Yeah.
Okay. I was actually kind of curious about that, but then the plague
It's
happened.
not great.
Okay.
The best part of it is there's a lot of references to Hanna-Barbera.
Oh, cool.
Which is fun.
Yeah.
If you know Hanna-Barbera.
Right.
Otherwise, the story, not good.
No.
Like, for most animated films, I would say not great for stories. But for this, I would just straight up say it's not good. It's...
Well, not good is actually better than not great. Isn't it?
No.
Or no.
Not great
It's
is
the
better
other way
than
around.
not good.
It
Not
goes
great is
great,
like...
good, and then not great, and then not good.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
Like, not great is like... It's a passable story,
Yeah.
you know? Like, it's enough for what it is.
Right.
Not good, it's just not good. Like,
Some might say bad.
like, you think Scooby-Doo, what do you think? Mysteries, right?
Mysteries, yeah.
It's not a mystery movie, first of all.
Okay, well-
There's no amount of like, oh, who's the bad guy or anything.
Do you know who it is from the
It's
start?
Dick Dastardly the whole time.
Oh, okay.
And you know that.
Okay.
There's no amount of like, oh, the gang has to solve a mystery here.
Right.
It's 100% like an adventure film, which it just shouldn't be. You know, it's trying to be a superhero film. And explain that to me.
Superhero movies are all the craze, with Marvel and everything, and
Yeah, but it's
on a very
Scooby-Doo.
surface level, people are trying to oh, superheroes. That means if we put superhero in our thing, it'll bring, kids into the seats. And what do we own? Scooby-Doo? Let's make it a superhero.
Well, but the
From
thing
an
is, they
executive
also
perspective, that
own
makes
Blue
sense.
Falcon. the Blue Falcon is where the superhero aspect comes from in the film.
Right. Who's Blue Falcon?
He's a Hanna-Barbera character.
Okay.
My point being, they could have just made a Blue Falcon movie,
He could have.
and it would have been the same film, and it would have been better. Like, in all honesty,
Right.
because it
But you
wasn't
gotta
because
put
it wouldn't have been
Scoob in-
trying to be a Scooby-Doo thing.
You gotta put Scoob in the movie so people know what it is. I can guarantee you that film was not, like, made from, like, an artistic
Oh,
desire.
yeah, I know.
It was purely, what do we own? How can we make it super palatable? Oh, we also own the superhero? Let's put that in the movie.
And I still enjoyed parts of it, the parts with Scooby-Doo and the gang.
Yeah.
But the issue with the film lies in the fact that that's not the whole film.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason
put
why I
two
bring up
different
that
movies into
film
one.
is because they cast not the voice actors of the Scooby-Doo gang to play the Scooby-Doo gang.
From what point? Is it this hasn't been the same guy since like the
It has
60s?
been.
Is it really?
Yes. Wow. And they're still around, and they still voice those characters in the cartoons.
Wow.
But they didn't hire them for the movie.
Wow.
Isn't that stupid?
Maybe they're too expensive.
It's fucking ridiculous. Like they weren't too expensive though. They hired celebrities.
Oh, well, no, they wanted celebrities for the
That's
name
my point.
recognition. Okay. Had it backwards.
That's what happened, is that they hired celebrity voice actors to play the Scooby-Doo gang, and that's why I brought it up in this conversation.
Gotcha. Should have followed
Because the Scooby-Doo gang is so... the reason why I'm not moving is because we need to end the episode,
Right,
but I
right.
want to finish this
thought. Yeah.
The Scooby-Doo gang is so iconic in their voices,
Mm-hmm.
you know? There have been so many iterations. Every child has grown up with a version of Scooby-Doo.
To some extent, yeah.
Whether or not it was a good version is debatable, but
Yeah, they keep
everyone...
reinventing it.
Scooby-Doo has been around since the 60s, and everyone has grown up with a version of that. So we all know what they sound like. And you really didn't need to cast celebrity voice actors in this film to get parents to come see it, because it's Scooby-Doo. They grew up with Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
And if you cast the original voice actors, there's more nostalgia there than there is for a random celebrity voicing a character that you've known for years. Also, they made Velma Hispanic to be inclusive,
Corporate
which I'm like,
attempts to just be, oh, we have to be inclusive. Let's make someone a minority.
but there's like no indication
Very
that
token.
she's Hispanic ever, except that she says Hispanic words every once in a while. And it's like, so you did the bare minimum amount
Yeah.
to make it inclusive.
That's what they do.
And you also took an iconic character and changed who they are, basically.
Yeah. For no reason other than
No reason
we
other
have to
than
make
like
it look.
we're gonna be inclusive.
Yeah.
Thing is, she looks pretty much the same too. They made her skin tone slightly darker, but not even noticeable enough. Not enough that it's like, oh, they made Velma Hispanic. Just enough that it's like, wait,
Oh,
she's
she's
saying
slightly
Spanish
tan.
words.
It's like, oh, she went outside recently.
And she's played by a Hispanic actress. Does that mean that she's Hispanic now? It's more of a question than it is like changing the character of Allison in Umbrella Academy to be black. You know? Like, that's a choice that is for inclusivity and for
They're
storytelling
they're going all in on the
purposes.
choice.
And for storytelling purposes, it comes into play. Even though the character in the comics was white.
They're Umbrella Academy comics?
Yeah, it's based off a comic.
Cool. Now I know.
But they actively made the choice to do that. This felt like an afterthought. That was like, there's the fad in Hollywood is inclusivity. So let's make Velma inclusive. Because we can't make Daphne Hispanic because she's a redhead. We can't make Fred Hispanic because he's Aryan as fuck.
True.
We can't
ever
make
seen-
Shaggy Hispanic because he's iconic.
Have you seen Hispanic man wear an ascot?
Anyways, maybe we'll probably keep talking about this next time, but we need to end this episode, so we'll see you later. Bye.
Later.
Celebrity voice acting. What a fad.